Dr. Amy Guernsey is joining us by Skype for today's pet advice. Dr. Guernsey, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, we know there are endless options if you're looking for toys or enrichment activities for your cat or dog, but what if you have a pet bird? What do they need?
So they're in the same category, if not more so. A lot of our birds are very, very intelligent. If you think about some of the bigger parrots, the African greys and the cockatoos, there's some evidence to suggest that their intelligence level could be equal with that of a human toddler. So think about keeping your toddler busy. It's just as important to keep your birds busy and engaged in their daily activity. The reason for that is birds that aren't really engaged in their environment, that get bored or stressed because they don't have enough to do, they can end up having some mental and physical health problems. The most common thing that we can see is stereotypic behavior, where they just repeat the same thing over and over and over and over, or feather picking is pretty common too.
Well, what types of toys would be appropriate for a bird?
I really like to offer toys that encourage some of their natural behaviors. So foraging for their foods or their favorite treats, climbing behaviors, exercise. There's all kinds of bird appropriate toys at pet stores, and I do encourage people to purchase bird toys specifically. You want to make sure it's not made with paint or chemicals that are potentially toxic. You don't want fibers that they could accidentally ingest or pieces of toys that they could accidentally ingest. Things that encourage them to climb or search for their food are really good. Homemade toys are great. My favorite toy for some of the bigger parrots is a phone book, because they just shred it and make a huge mess and they love it. Paper towel tubes or toilet tubes you can stuff with newspaper and have them hunt around for their treats. That works really well.
Well, do they get bored easily? How often do we need to be changing things up for them?
So you don't have to have a huge treasure chest full of toys. Just make sure that you kind of rotate them out fairly regularly. I would say once or twice a week would be adequate. The fact that it goes away and then comes back is a huge surprise, and they're really excited about it. Keep in mind, though, that birds are neophytes, which means they're afraid of new things. So if you get a brand new toy and introduce it to them, they may really balk at it or not want anything to do with it. Give them time. Maybe just set it in the same room with them and let them get used to it. But introducing something new like that in and of itself is enrichment as well.
Well, outside of toys, what are some other enrichment things that we can be doing for our birds?
Lots of things. Social interaction is really important. So making sure that we're talking to them. If they're a bird that likes to be handled, interacting with them that way. You can change their environment. So take them to a new room in your home, as long as it's safe in there. No ceiling fans, no big windows for them to fly into. Offering new sounds, so you can turn on TV for them, turn on the radio for them. Anything outside of their normal routine can be enrichment.
Okay, Dr. Guernsey, thanks for being with us today. And if you would like more information about University Veterinary Care Center, just head over to universityvetcare.com.